Hello, my name is Makasy. You saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. We are talking about the Guidi Horsey G01 gloves in white. This is my first official leather gloves. I mean, I've owned like North Face glove and all that when I was young, but this is my first leather glove that I've chosen for myself. I would like to start this review off with the sizing. This is an OS glove, meaning it's one size. However, on the tag, it says size 9. I don't know what to think. I just know that the retailer I bought it from, they only have it in one size. So my hands, they're a bit on the larger side and, on the prettier side. So I was a bit concerned about the tightness. I am very glad to tell you that and to show you they fit me great. Actually, okay, let's say good, not great. I think an 8.5 would have been great. I still have a decent amount of space in the finger area, especially the tip and on the sides a little bit here and there. I wouldn't suggest these gloves for men or women with hands that are on the smaller or larger side. It should be, fairly on the average or slightly below average or above average. But if you have really tiny hands or really large hands, I would recommend going for maybe the Margiela, maybe some other glove that come in multiple sizes. Prior to getting this, I was so nervous about it being tight, so I am glad, although it's slightly, very slightly, faintly oversized, I'm glad that they fit me and they do the job of protecting me from the element. Alright, so let's talk fingers. So the first detail you notice about the finger, the pointy fingers are larger than the rest of the fingers. With CCP, they made it like this, so when you put 2 fingers into one hole, with the tabby you put 3 into one hole. Gloves are such a small garment, so you don't get a lot of room or a lot of real estate to put your own spin on it. I think it's a cute detail from Guidi. I do think they could have gone the extra step of doing what CCP did or Boris did. Okay, let's talk space now. Again, these gloves are a size 9. There is some extra space on the sides, a little bit of space at the end of the fingertips. I often really have to pull it all the way back if I want to do something that requires precision. Now this is where the suede is wrong for the gloves. When you bend your fingers, it gets a bit uncomfortable because you're messing with the natural structure of the suede. Think bending the wire of your charger. You don't want to. The wires are in there. It's gonna get uncomfortable. Throughout the day, I don't really bend my hands a lot because I mainly wear these in the cold weather, and I also been using these gloves as a exercise to live in the moment a bit more and not use my phone, because oftentimes when I'm bored, I'm just scrolling on my phone. So when I wear these gloves outside, it really forces me to just be a bit more observant of my surrounding and just take in the nature, the sound, blah, 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 So it has worked decently. It has made me a bit more conscious of my surrounding, which was one of the main goals as to why I wanted these gloves. When you look at the glove, you see these exposed or raised seams that comes to meet each other at the end of the fingertips. It's a bit of avant-garde in Guidi to try to show us the process of the glove making. Hermes, Prada, they try to hide it. So I have a complicated opinion on this, though I love that it differentiates these gloves from other prototypical gloves. It's not reversible, or it's not reversibly friendly. The end point of all the seams meeting at the end make it hard to fully flip it out, because when you try to wear it inside out, you feel the seams and they get stuck a bit. You can't fully reverse it. So aesthetically it's great, but functionally not too much. And the reason I tried to wear it flip, because I would love to feel the grain side. Sometimes I don't want to feel the suede side all the time, so I would love to feel the grain side. But when I do wear it that way, my fingers do not go all the way in because of the raised seams at the end of the fingertips. The thumb, we're gonna dedicate a whole segment to the thumb. Guidi made the artistic choice to make the thumb segment much larger than they need to. You can see the Guidi thumb impedes a lot of the palm area. On top of that, you also get the raised seam, so you really sense its presence when you're picking something up or doing anything that requires the use of your palm or your thumb. Alright, let's talk about the palm area now. So the raised seam of the thumb make the glove not that seamless, which is an artistic choice. You do sense it's present, but not that prominent. From an aesthetic point of view, it does give the glove a bit more depth. An otherwise plain area, that is the palm area, it's now a bit more busy, a bit more dynamic because of the raised seams. The length of the glove also makes the palm area looks larger, because a prototypical glove is this long. The Guidi glove is this long. Whenever I need to do any task such as driving, eating, holding my phone, or pretty much anything that requires the use of my palm, I have to take it off. The only function I believe, for me anyways, that to keep my hands warm and, to also make the handles good because it's Guidi, it's horse leather, and it's a great looking glove. The back of the palm, you get this padded knuckles protector that I really love. Again, this is pure aesthetic. I have owned these gloves for 2-3 months now. I have not found a practical reason as to why it's there. I think it's there simply for the fact that Guidi saw the back palm, or this area, the back palm, I think that's what it's called. It was an empty spot and they decided to do something with it. Again, the Prada example, it's an empty spot. Raf and Musha put their own twist to it with that Prada little pouch. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a practical reason that I love this padded knuckle protector. So if you reverse the glove, you can see that the inverse of the padded knuckle, it's still grain, it's not suede. So when you do wear it, you don't sense suede completely. So let's say suede is about 75-80%, and that 20% from the padded knuckle, you do feel it because when you touch suede and the grain side of the leather, it's very different. So I do like that. So there is one good practical reason as to why the knuckle is good. Excel zipper. I do love the zipper a lot. The zipper, they're very bright silver, but just an amazing detail. It really pops the glove for me. It's fairly functional when it comes to keeping your hands in the glove. When you zip it up all the way, it's a bit harder to slide in and out. I typically wear these gloves with half zip because halfway is enough for the glove to go underneath my jacket and for me to take my hands in and out of the glove without too much effort. And you also get the leather protector so you don't feel the zipper when you wear it. Beautiful, beautiful, well thought out detail. Thank you, Guidi. No lining. It's a bit of a lie. Let me explain. Most gloves ever have silk lining for smoothness or shearling or wool for warmthness. This is unlined, but I think we should categorize it as suede lining. With every leather, you get one side that is the grain, you get one side that is the corium or the suede. Corium is what tannery used to later turn into suede that you and I both know, fuzzy texture and all that. The Swedes were the first to make glove out of suede because it's softer while also providing you with the same or similar level of warmness. I have worn these inside out on a few occasions just to test it out, see how comfortable it is. It's pretty good. I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but I wouldn't say comfortable either. The reason being is the exposed or the raised seam, so you can't fully flip it out. Let's say you can flip it out 95%. So that little bit of 5%, it really impedes comfort. It's not the most comfortable. I'm over explaining this. Reversible, you can wear it, but it's not to the most comfortable experience because you can't truly flip it inside out. Alright, so the shaft, there's no official glove terminology because most gloves are not this long. I really like the length. One of the drawbacks of the product glove was the shortness of the shaft. For practical reason, the longer the better for me, the more skin it covers. I'm a big fan of the length of the shaft. I think it's great. It covers more of my arm, and the reason I love it so much, you get more horse leather, I would like to say this again, you can't use your phone while you wear these gloves, which is kind of nice for me because I'm not gonna say kinda, I am addicted to my phone. So wearing these gloves outside, it has forced me to be a bit more present to my environment, which is good for me. It's a good exercise, good practice. A few more impracticality to talk about. I can't really write with a pen or pencil while wearing these gloves because the gloves are a bit on the thicker side and there's also a lot of fabric, so you can't literally write with precision, and I already have bad handwriting. The other obvious thing, it's very hard to type with my laptop. Just a lot of tasks that you take for granted. And I can't drive with this either. I mean, I can, but it's just the leather is a bit thicker than you would want it to be, so you don't feel that closeness to the steering wheel, and you want to be as precise as possible when you drive. If it just slip a little bit when you go super fast, you don't want that to happen. So I haven't taken that chance to drive with these gloves on the highway especially. I wouldn't test it. Don't do that. Color. So my first choice was actually black. I ordered it, got canceled. Shit happens. Sales season. Blah 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 blah. Can't dwell on it. Just move on. Let's just be grateful that we got a pair of Guidi horse glove. We got it in the white. So let's start with the con first. So I am a bit more cautious when I'm around marker, food, pen, pencil, or anything that could stain the glove white. Every little piece of dirt mark, every fluff, everything that, you know how it is. Owning white article of clothing or any glove in this case, you kind of just want to keep them white. You don't want like any crazy color getting on there. But there are a lot more positives. So with the white, I wear a lot of black. So I've always liked this idea of a pop of color. So when I wear these gloves in my all black outfit, I love the pop of white that you see on my hands. For the first 2 weeks that I owned this, I was super careful about not getting the gloves dirty. And then this one snowy day, I was like, fuck it, it's time, Makasy. Don't baby these gloves. You bought these gloves. They're intended to be used. They're intended to serve a purpose. So I started picking up snowballs, playing around. So then it got dirty, which is fine. So then there's some brown marking from the dirt, from the snow and all that, which is fine. Like, I'm okay with this normal darkened color thing, but if I were to have a red pen, that would bother me a bit more. Okay, the weight. So initially, I wanted to take a good minute or two to talk about the weight, but the distance from my room to my kitchen, taking the camera down there, recording it, B-roll, import, export, it's a lot of work. So whatever number I'm putting on the screen right now, let's just agree that it weighs that much. I'm telling you, I am very lazy. I forgot to film the weight segment on my B-roll film day. So I have dedicated day to film A-roll, dedicated day to film B-roll indoor, B-roll outdoor, but I forgot to, it's okay. Think of it this way. You got your food in your room, you're sitting in your bed, and then you realize you forgot your favorite dildo in the other room. You're already so comfortable, you don't want to get up and go get it, despite how much you want it. If you're not familiar, Guidi mainly uses horse leather. So here's what Guidi has to say. We at Guidi use this leather called full grain leather. Full grain is a kind of leather that has only removed the outermost body here of the leather and retained its intact nature without hiding any natural scars that may have occurred during its life. Full grain leather is a rare leather, and the number of products that can be produced is very limited, as it is highly dependent on the condition of the raw leather. Once products are put together to a finished form, they are placed in a barrel-like dye machine called drum and dyed entirely by being tumbled, a technique called product dyeing. As the gloves are being dyed while bumping with each other, it gives unique color, shading, and texture to the leather. Characteristically, the products are entirely dyed, including stitching and inner surfaces, as well as the zippers and any other metal parts, which get rusted by water and dyed to create a uniform atmosphere of the product. Retail price on these gloves are $655. When compared to other gloves in the same field, they're a bit on the cheaper end. Regoin, CCP, and the Millimeter, Margiela, Prada. They retail roughly $800 and above. Okay, so here's 5 seconds of the glove before I wore them out and start touching snow and getting it wet. And now the glove 2 months later, you can see some discoloration, not the worst thing in the world. It is still white mainly, but you see a bit of brown, a bit of black with the colors. Just very faint on the discoloration. Overall though, I think after a month or two of wearing it, I think it has held up well. It's still white, so now let me show you the water test. Though I wish I had gotten grain on grain, the suede does keep the hands really warm. The Swedes, I thought about it a long time ago. I think 1884 or 1888. So I worn these for 2-3 months now. The suede side, it has really grown on me. Think of it like wool. Your hands just need some time to get used to the feeling of corium. In the beginning, I really hated the dry, matted feeling of the corium or the suede. But as time went on, I got more comfortable with it. As I break the leather in, it has become softer. My hands has also adjusted to the thickness of the glove and the extra material that's normally on there, because I haven't worn glove for like 7 to 8 years. Wait, hang on, I forgot. If you're one of those avant-garde person that wears a lot of big bulky rings, you're gonna have a really hard time wearing these gloves, because you're gonna have to take those rings off. And those people that wear big bulky rings, they don't ever wear one. They wear multiple on each fingers. Look at this B-roll. On that day, it was about 22 degrees. It took about 2-3 minutes for my hands to warm up in the leather, because leather is inherently cold. So I would say it takes pretty fast for your hands to warm up in the glove, and then after like 2 hours of wearing it outdoor, your hand, it starts to sweat a little bit because there's no air getting through. The horse leather is on the thicker side. Well, it's thin, but it's thicker than most, you know what I mean? So the leather does a very good job at keeping your hands warm. So I haven't tested this when it's like 0 to 10 degrees, because Boston hasn't reached that low yet. I would love to get a pair of calf leather to compare, but so far, horse leather, it's amazing. Although I've said it's on the thinner side than my Guidi boots and just thinner than I would like it to be, they're definitely thicker than most glove. I am still looking at the CCP kangaroo glove and the tabby and possibly the Ragoans just because I had such a great experience owning these gloves, but I shouldn't get too many gloves. It's only for the winter month, and I only have 2 hands. I don't need multiple gloves, so if I get something else, I might sell this one. But kangaroo leather, I am fascinated because I don't own any kangaroo leather. Okay, so my opinion on these gloves, they have kept my hands so warm on top of the functional aspect. They're also incredibly good looking. You get the aesthetic and the practical, which is kind of rare. Most of the time you have to pick one. For example, the Kiss boot, aesthetically amazing, comfort-wise not the best when compared to my Crocs. And I used to wear proper pants and jacket, but I would still feel cold. But now that I got proper winter boots, proper glove, and proper headwear, I can stay out for far, far longer. The hands, for me, they're one of my more sensitive spots. I don't always have to keep my hands in my pocket to try to stay warm, so I'm constantly warm whenever I wear these beautiful gloves. Sometimes, and I do mean this, I'm not over-exaggerating, when I do wear these gloves on for far too long, my hand does get sweaty, so I have to take it off and just get some fresh air in there for a few seconds and then put it back in. That's how warm these gloves are. My experience with these gloves so far has been wonderful. My experience with horse leather, it's been wonderful. I cannot say enough great thing about it. If you have the money, go for it. Go for these Guidi horse leather G01. They also have G02, which are far longer, so I haven't found those on sale yet. So if I ever find those on sale, I'm gonna get that and then sell this because I want more horse leather. I want more horse going up to like my elbow, wherever it ends. I made a mistake. I just looked at another website and they do have it in different sizes. It's just my retailer, they only bought the size medium. So if you look right here, they do release these in sizes. So if you still want the Guidi and you have big or small hands, you can still get the Guidi. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's a bit informative. If you have been looking at these Guidi glove, hopefully I push you further into getting it, or just a few points, like let's say the suede interior. Let's say you're not a fan of that, so hopefully it pushed you one way or another. And most importantly, hopefully you had fun watching it. My name is Makasy. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.